I'm going to tell you something I'm not supposed to say in a YouTube video. This is not the best way to watch this video. And here's what I mean. The video you're about to watch is from a live session that we had at Tethered online. There, the people who watched it got live interactive notes. They got to follow along with their Bible. They even had a live chat with other people watching and some of my trained hosts ready to interact with them, pray with them, and give them a lot more resources. Now, we of course welcome you to watch this full video and all of our past videos here on our YouTube channel, but you really will get the best if you visit tethered.online and join us for a live Tethered Online session. But for now, we hope you enjoy this video. Hey everybody, welcome to Tethered Online, a hybrid approach to following Jesus where we are creating community online and in person. One of the ways we're creating community online is we have these live sessions where we have hosts interacting in the chat. You are here watching it with us live. And if you're not watching this live, you're watching it on YouTube later. What's up, YouTube family? Hit the subscribe button, like it so other people see this video, and consider joining us live where you can interact with real people watching this session with each other. One of the ways we're creating community in person is a brand new initiative we have called Action Packs. Each series we have a downloadable action pack where you can take the things that we're learning in our sessions and apply them to your actual physical life. Building community and relationships with other people. If you're watching this live, check out the navigation bar. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the description below and download your action pack today. And finally, engage in the chat. Comment down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, we go and check those comments and we'll connect with you. If you're watching this live, we have hosts in the chat ready to connect with you. Let's get started. We're in a new series, Find a Better Way, and today is the last session in that series where I want to talk about how and why your best days are right now. Are right now. How many of you are here today? If you're here, I just want you to type in, I'm here. I'm here in the chat. Welcome everybody. So glad that you're here. Take a moment to just consider, while you're typing this out, consider this remarkable moment that we're in. I mean, we have the freedom to gather. Even if it's online, we have this freedom. Some of us are gathered together with others physically. There's groups that we have watching this together. That's awesome. Others of us are watching this in a room with other people. Maybe you know them, maybe you don't. Maybe you're with friends, maybe you're with family. Others of us are watching this alone, but we're connecting with people in the chat. Maybe we're in our car across the country from where I am right now, but we're still in community with each other. That's what's remarkable about Tethered. All of us, every single one of us watching this, we're children of God. Many of us watching this, we're disciples of Jesus. We feed on the bread of life, the living Word of God. We're standing in the presence of the same Spirit of the raised Jesus. We worship the Lamb of God who was slain and takes away our sin. Welcome to Tethered Online. Welcome to this holy moment. We're so glad that you're here. Unfortunately, some of you won't be here for long. You're here right now in the chat. You're joining us on YouTube. Maybe you're in the comments. We have your mind and your attention right now, but eventually it will be somewhere else. You're here right now, but you're going to get a text message and you're going to pop over there. Check that out. You know, it's a little slower moment, and so we're going to go check out Instagram, make sure I haven't missed anything. We all have things we're doing. We're thinking about where we want to eat after this is done. We're worried about a test that's coming up this weekend, about those bills we have to pay off from the Christmas season. We're distracted by the other person talking 2 tables over, or the cute girl who's running next to us at the gym right now. I'm so glad that you're here in this moment, but we're not going to be here in this moment for long because we're distracted. We're talking in this series about finding a better way. And one of the most striking qualities of Jesus is that he was fully present. He lived with an undivided attention to the moment. He was always there. So this may seem like an odd question, but I want you to share about the best day of your life. The best day of your life that you can think of. Put it in the chat if you're watching this live, or put it in the comments if you're watching us on YouTube. We'll get back to that question, but I want to talk about Jesus real quick. There's a time in Luke's gospel, it's a back-to-back stories of Jesus connected to this place called Jericho. So as Jesus was walking to the city of Jericho one time, there's this large crowd that surrounded him. And in that crowd, there was a blind beggar by the name of Bartimaeus. And he yells out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." And some of Jesus' closest followers, his disciples, they begin rebuking this guy. Like, dude, Jesus doesn't have time for you. Back away, move across. It's like the paparazzi kind of thing. But Jesus does something pretty remarkable. He asks this blind beggar, like, what do you want me to do for you? What do you, a blind beggar, want me, the creator of the universe, to do for you? It's like Jesus stopped for this guy that nobody else had time for. Not even Jesus' closest followers had time for this guy. And then we move into a different story. As Jesus is entering Jericho, and some time has passed, a man was there by the name of Zacchaeus. Now, Zacchaeus, we have a little more information about this guy. He was the chief tax collector. He was extremely wealthy. All of this can be found in Luke chapter 19. So think about this. Jesus was actually on his way to somewhere else. And he's already been interrupted by a poor blind beggar who he stopped for. But now he's being interrupted by a rich, corrupt tax collector named Zacchaeus. And if you don't know anything about tax collectors, there is some negative stigma attached to them in the biblical story. I mean, this is like, it would be like a corrupt IRS agent today. Like, he skims off the top. He takes advantage of people. And Jesus does, again, something pretty remarkable here. He calls this man by his name, Zacchaeus. And he actually invites him over for a meal. I mean, this is a guy who has taken half of the possessions of people, of poor people, where he just robs people of their riches, his own people. And once he has this very small interaction with Jesus, he says that he wants to give half of his possessions out to the poor. He actually wants to pay back 4 times the people that he's cheated. And Jesus responds to him, "Zacchaeus, today salvation has come to your house." Here's my point in all of this and telling the story. Jesus was always present in the moment. And you want to know what? I want to be like that. Not just living for happy moments, but being fully present in all of the moments, even the annoying ones, even the ones where it's 3 o'clock in the morning and my infant baby is crying and I don't know the reason why, or the chaotic mornings where I come out and there's toys scattered all over the yard, where my house is an absolute mess. And I find myself complaining about today, about moments that I know that I'm going to miss tomorrow. Are you still here with me? Because the statistical odds are that I've actually lost some of you already. Actually, one Harvard study I read that said that 47% of the time, our mind isn't where our feet are. Meaning, we're not actually in the moment, we're somewhere else. Do you know that the average cell phone user touches their phone 2,617 times a day? Extreme users, which is the top 10%, touch phones more than 5,400 times a day. So let's talk about in the chat some common ways you find yourself getting distracted, because I want you all to know that you're not alone in this. We all get distracted. And think about how you get distracted. How could you start being more present instead? So we often will be playing this mind game, this win this, then this game. It's like, when I get out of high school, then I'll do this. Or when I go to college, or when I get a job, a real job, when my student debt is paid off, then I will be more present. Whenever I finally get married, then I'll give up that thing. When I have kids, when they're out of diapers, when I can finally buy a better house, then I will be happy. When I go on a better vacation, when I'm not so busy with the kids, when the kids are all grown up, then, and years go by. You go through life wishing away the current moment. But here's what I want you to recognize. Don't miss what you have right now pursuing what you want later. Don't play the what then game or the what if game. Like, what if? What if I don't pass this test? What if I don't get into the right school? What if the job I'm going for is actually a bad job? What if the economy fails? What if COVID never goes away? What if I can't afford that house that I want, What if I never get a spouse? Look what Jesus has to say. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow is going to worry about itself. Here's what Jesus didn't say in that. He does not say to not plan for the future, but he does say to not worry. The only way you can be present in the moment is to surrender the past that you can't change and to trust God with the future that you can't control. Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go into such and such town and spend a year there and trade and make a profit, yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. A mist. I often think of it like the smoke or fog that comes out of your breath whenever it's cold outside. It's like it's there, but then it's gone. Or I like to think of like an hourglass. You have no idea how much time is really in the top of that sand, and you can't stop the flow of sand as it's flowing, and once it hits the bottom, you can't get it back. There's no way to push it back up against gravity. And this is how our lives work. Instead, this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. So my question, do you typically have a harder time surrendering the past you can't change, or do you struggle trusting God with the future you can't control? Why do you lean one way or the other? Are you still here? Let me tell you what you can't do. You can't be happy where you are not. You can't serve Jesus where you are not. You can't love people where you are not. Helen Keller has this killer quote. It says, I long to accomplish a great and noble task, but it is my chief duty and joy to accomplish humble tasks as though they were great and noble. The world is moved along not only by the mighty shoves of its heroes, but also by the aggregate of the tiny pushes of each honest worker. Don't miss what you have now, pursuing what you want later. And listen, I want to be fair here. It's easy to get distracted, to get preoccupied with yourself or something happening around you. But at any point in Jesus' life, he could have been consumed with himself. Just think about that for a moment. Any point, Jesus had the power. He's the creator of the universe. But instead of being consumed with himself, He was focused on the cross. One day he was naked on a cross, beaten senseless, barely recognizable. A man dying next to Jesus, and Jesus gives his undivided attention to him. They actually have a conversation while Jesus is dying. And this man, he begins apologizing for the wrong that he's done. And he says, Jesus, remember me. And Jesus responds, today you will be with me in paradise. Jesus was fully present in the best of his days and in the worst of them. And the best days that he was living in were the ones he was living in that moment. And the same is true for you. You can't serve Jesus where you are not. You can't love people where you are not. You can't be happy where you are not. And if you want to be a great friend, a great spouse, a great mom or dad, a great influence on somebody's life, you have to be present. You can't be a great friend if you're not there, or a spouse if you're not there, or a mom or dad if you're not there, or an influence on somebody if you're not present. This is the day. Today, the one that you have, God saved the best for right now. And another really good thing that you can do right now is to download the action pack that we have made available for you. If you're watching this live, you can go click it up in the navigation tab right now, action pack. You follow the steps, you'll get it. One of the really cool things I like about the action pack, one of the things included are screensavers. Little snippets and verses from this. There's actually 5 different ones that you can choose from. You save the image and you can put it as the background on your phone, and you have a little reminder for you, and you have 5 different ones to choose from. All 5 of those in the action pack. You can download it right now, or if you're watching this on YouTube, check out the description. You have access to it as well. In this moment, right now, God is with us. There is a better way. Find a better way and do it right now, because your best days are now. Tethered is a hybrid approach to following Jesus. We will not have a session the next 2 weeks of this month. A brand new series is going to be kicking off the beginning of February. We'll see you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed that video. Remember, you can find live versions of videos just like that one by visiting tethered.online. But if you want to stay here on YouTube, we're good with that too. Be sure to continue watching some of our other videos that we have going on. Hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it, all the things that kids are saying. And remember, Tethered is a hybrid approach to following Jesus. We'll see you guys later.